They did?
Call to order,
You told me you did.
April 12, 2021, Austintown Township meeting, please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Crano?
Here.
Mr. Kent?
Here.
Mr. Davis?
Here.
Oh, all right. We got everybody today?
I
Okay.
think Chief Frost.
Is Ross here?
Chief Ross?
Oh, no, he's on vacation this week.
Is
Or maybe he's leaving tomorrow, but I didn't see him out there. He
I
may
didn't
not
see
be.
Todd either.
Todd's
Yeah.
not.
Todd's here.
Todd's here.
all right, so we'll see who comes from the fire department, if anybody. We have fiscal officer Laura Wolf. We have Michael Dockery, our township administrator, road superintendent. We have Darren Cavelli, our zoning inspector. We have Chief Bob Gavalier, police chief. Andy Frost is our fire chief, who's either on vacation or hiding back there today. Todd Schaefer, our park supervisor. Jim Henshaw is our director of senior center. To my right is trustee Ken Carano. To my left is trustee Jim Davis, and I am trustee Steve Kent. Motion to approve minutes of the regular meeting of March 22nd, 2021.
So moved. Second.
Mr. Kent?
Yes.
Mr. Davis?
Yes.
Mr. Crano?
Yes.
Mike, anything?
Nothing to add to the monthly report, but as to number 2 on the agenda, having to do with Clark and Drive storm sewer replacement. Last year, we tried to open up a lot of those pipes, and we couldn't get them open with our machine. This year, when Sheet started constructing their new project over there behind their existing facility, they had to clean out one of our catch basins, and then we found out that our pipes there are full of hard calcified material that we just cannot open up. We had Doheny with their big rotators trying to open it up, and it was slow going. Plus, we further investigated the line, and looks like it slipped. So we have found that we need to replace 291 feet there. And in addition, because there's going to be big trucks driving on that road, we're putting, if you will, over the top half of the pipe, some what they call low-strength mortar backfill also, which is adding to the cost of the project. Anyways, we did an informal bid. We got 3 bids back, and the lowest bid was $27,565 from Miller Yawn Paving, which I'm asking the board to approve, so that when they're ready to resurface, they can get that work done before the road is resurfaced later this spring or
Is
summer.
that in where they're tearing up the road and so on?
Yes.
Okay. so
And as
that-
part of what they're going to, as part of their project, they were going to resurface anyways. But replacing these lines was not part of the project.
Should we make a motion now?
Yes.
So move.
Second.
Mr. Davis?
Yes.
Mr. Crano?
Yes.
Mr. Kent?
Yes.
Just one other comment along these lines. This is one of 3 projects right now we're looking at where come the spring, we just had a sinkhole appear in County Line Road Sunday. We have it, we have a metal plate over it. We have barrels on it. We're gonna try to fix it Thursday. And of course, because it's County Line Road, half the cost will be borne by Weathersfield. We also have a situation where a pipe goes from a road, goes in between houses to the back yards. That pipe has leaked water. The water coming out of about 10 feet from the outlet has washed away the ground. And because that ground washed away, it's on a hill. And so now we have a landslide going on because the ground has fallen. So,
Where's that
Cavalcade, I think. I'm trying to think.
Over
No,
by-
I think it's What's Regal? When you go down Regal, and that's circle there. I'm trying to think of that. Wincliffe. That's where it's at. So that's another one we're probably we definitely cannot do that job on our own. I don't know what piece of equipment, and equipment's gonna be needed to get in there. They're gonna have to take down fences. There is an easement there, a 15-foot easement. But something has to be done to stop that, what I call a landslide, from continuing.
If I may, you know, we've been around for a long time and so on. But I think the people in Austintown understand the situation. Every township has some sort of problem when it first starts and so on. Boardman always has their water problems. We had a lot of water problems before until we started doing it. But what we're finding out now is we were so built so fast in the 60s and so on. The roads that were put in, there were contractors that because all the streams that we have in Austintown, the streams were interfering with building houses, so they moved the streams around so they could build more houses. Well, the problem with it is, after 45 years, the dirt is all being torn away from where they made those curves, because the curves were taking all the water. We're going through all this nonsense now because of the situation then. Now, I understand why they did it then, but no one looked at it 50 years from now when things when houses have the streams next to them and they have deteriorated so much that they are now only maybe 4 feet away from their house. And things like that happen. That's our biggest problem coming up for the longest time now here in Austin.
That's all I have.
That's it. All right. Lisa?
Can't remember if it was last meeting, said this or not, but Keith Smith retired end of last month with 30 years here of service. Keith is our fire and arms instructor. He is going to continue to stay on as reserve officer and continue to help teach with the firearms program and that, which I appreciate very much. Has a lot of experience over the 30 years with his training out with firearms. Also, the FOP over Easter was able to pass out, bought baskets to pass out to individual families and that. I think they were picked from the school total with families, and they went out and gave the baskets. And last, we have our physical fitness and written tests for next candidates to be hired. I think we have 9 left, and they're doing the background checks now on those.
Awesome.
That's it.
Thank you. Chief Frost, glad you made it. Thought you were on vacation.
No, we were out on accident.
All good?
Yeah, all good. Actually, I have nothing to report.
Awesome. All right. Very good. We send Mr. Darren.
You got it.
Sounds like he has a list.
Oh, no, this is a report. Untitled report.
No, this is, you got nuisances and then you got vehicles. Oh, that one over there, yeah.
I like the new country report.
That new one, yeah, it does.
Darren,
Okay.
how are you?
Getting old, getting fat, and can't button my jacket.
Okay, so nothing new?
I would ask the board to declare the following properties nuisance under Ohio Revised Code 505.87. 3460 El Miranda, trash on the front and back porches. This house has been vacant for a couple of years. The elderly gentleman lives with his daughter in Chicago, and I talked to her the other day, and I asked him to consider putting the house up for sale. That doesn't look like he's coming back. 5646 Baylor, that house is vacant, high grass. 4693 Barrington Drive, refrigerator on the front porch. This is a house the board declared a nuisance a number of times last year. It did sell to a company in Arizona, and they have been cleaning it, but they had a refrigerator on the front porch for the last 2 weeks. 6060 Kirk Road, just a large amount of junk and debris. There's a shed that needs removed and the picket fence, and this house is vacant. 51 Pine View Drive, junk and debris on the driveway and front porch. 4960 Quail Court, trash at the curb. That's apparently been there a couple of weeks. That is a rental. 1741 to 1747 South Raccoon Road, also known as the former Wedgewood Lanes Bowling Alley. The rear door is in need of securing and trash and debris throughout the property. 2444 Red Gate, section of fencing needs to be replaced, removed, or repaired. 3015 Spring Meadow Circle as you go into the development, junk and debris by the garage inside of the house. 3455 White Beach Lane, junk and debris, a refrigerator at the side of the house, the shed there needs to be torn down. The board may recall you declared this a nuisance earlier in the year. This is a house that is occupied but has no trash pickup. 4415 Woodridge Drive, large amount of miscellaneous items and junk stored in exposed manner. Gave you a list of everything. I also provided the board a picture of this property. One picture. I thought it was interesting. There's a nice collection of signs, traffic signs. There's no parking. There's Route 19. There's railroad crossings, speed limit sign. I just want the board to know when I go out and take those kind of signs for myself, I hide them in my basement. I don't put them out in the driveway for everybody to see. So maybe Chief Cavalier might be interested in that. And that's all I have for this nuisance list.
Motion to approve?
So moved. And seconded?
Mr. Crano?
Yes.
Mr. Kent?
Yes.
Mr. Davis?
Yes. Okay, I'd ask the board to declare the following vehicles a nuisance under Ohio Revised Code 505.871. Back to 51 Pine View Drive, an inoperable 1988 Jeep with an expired license plate, GQB 2952, parked in an exposed manner within the grass in the front yard, an inoperable green vehicle with an expired license plate, HEE 9681, parked in an exposed manner within the driveway, and an inoperable maroon vehicle with expired license plate EQK 4964, parked in an exposed manner within the driveway. 495 South Edge Hill, an inoperable Camaro with an expired license plate FCW 2706, parked in the driveway. An inoperable Pontiac GS with an expired license plate GLY 7143, parked in an exposed manner. And an inoperable Impala with an expired license plate GTK 8111, parked in an exposed manner. 2206 Penny Lane, an inoperable non-licensed vehicle parked in an exposed manner within the driveway covered with a tarp. 240 Carnegie Avenue, an unlicensed inoperable Nissan Sentra parked in an exposed manner within the driveway. All those property owners, with the exception of Carnegie, received letters from me. 240 Carnegie did not receive a letter. We went out there to clean the property on a nuisance. Approved, I think, the second meeting in February, and the resident was not cooperative, but he did say if we gave him another week, he would clean it. So we're going to go back either Tuesday or Wednesday, but I told him that he's got to do something with that vehicle, so I gave him a verbal notice.
Motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Kent?
Yes.
Mr. Davis?
Yes.
Mr. Crano?
Yes.
Around this side.
How about these, it used to be that there was one vehicle in these lots, and so now
No,
there's
there's
three.
multiple, yeah.
Drive it till the wheels fall off, drive it till the wheels fall off, drive it till the wheels fall off, leave it in your front yard.
Mr. Schaefer, how are we doing?
I'm good. How about yourself?
Good.
How was your vacation?
Very well. Enjoyable.
Good. Did you see my daughter on the flight now?
No, not on the way down. It's funny because I did see people on the way back. We met all in Tennessee, and I'm like, it's kind of funny as you meet people,
I told
right?
my daughter to look for you, I described her.
Yeah.
I described her. I said, if you see this guy.
Yeah, we boarded kind of late, so I got the back of the plane on that one, on the way down. But, what you got?
This past Saturday, I want to let the board know and thank them publicly. Greenford Christian Church brought about 40 to 50 of their congregation out to the park and spent 3 or 4 hours picking up sticks and debris in the areas that we cut in. So as you can imagine, that's a huge help
Yeah.
to us having a group come out like that and do that. We also have a Boy Scout troop coming out this weekend to do the same thing. They called and volunteered to come out and do that. So that's a huge help to the department, you know, after winter and the windstorms.
Yeah.
So I want to thank them.
Todd, did we did we send them an official thank you?
Yes, I have certificates in my.
What Boy Scout lodge was that?
Pardon me?
What Boy Scout lodge was that?
I thought I'd have to look.
Okay.
It's in my office. See what troop number it was.
All right.
They'll be out there this Saturday.
Okay. What time, do you know the time?
9 o'clock. And then we had our first that Learn 3 ride, the company from Pittsburgh that teaches kids how to ride bicycles. They had their first session this past Saturday out at the West 6. They had 10 children show up for that this month. They said normally May and June are their bigger months once the kids get out of school, that their classes will be bigger. So that was the first time we had them out.
We got anything going into the school to advertise that?
Yes, not only our school, but the surrounding communities as well. He's sent paperwork to all the school systems.
Okay.
And then April 26th, we'll have a couple billboards up in the county from Mahoning County Soil and Water District. They are advertising actually promoting Austintown Park. There'll be 2 here in Austintown, and then there'll be one in Borden on 224 that will be promoting Austintown Park for a month to 6 weeks.
Did they pick which ones yet?
Pardon me?
Did they pick which of those?
She's supposed to be back to me tomorrow, which ones that they're going to.
They are really impressive.
Yeah.
And that's from Lamar advertising, where they're using their billboard, so they do a fantastic.
Yeah, they did a great job on it.
Well, you could pat yourself on the back. Because, I mean, it is really a good press for good reason.
Yes, I'm looking forward to that. Then this week, they started today, they broke some ground. The weather became a problem over at Wedgewood, but they plan on being done by Thursday. They'll be back out 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, and hopefully by Thursday afternoon, we'll have a completed playground at Wedgewood.
Awesome.
Well, these guys just came back, went to the splash pad opening because they're ready.
Slowly bring my lawn
We're
chair
in
up.
the 3rd week of May. We got a little while, but that's all I have for the board.
Appreciate it, thank you. Boy?
Baseball games got canceled, but that's
Did they?
No, they're still playing.
yeah, no, I,
Well, and-
yeah,
Yeah, neither was my grandson, they canceled.
we got canceled.
Oh, I'm
Mr. Angel, how are you?
I'm here.
That's true. Anything good?
Well, the Board of Health is starting to wind down their operations at the senior center. They're moving out to Dillard's.
Correct.
I was out to Dillard's Saturday, and it's really a slick operation they got there. They have, well, at our place, the most they ever get is 8 people given the vaccinations. They have like almost 20 of them out there.
Wow.
So they're going through thousands of shots. Our maximum has been about 600, is the most ever done at our place in one day. And so that's where we stand. Have learned a few things just in fielding the telephone calls that we get in. There's a number of people out there that are seniors that don't know how to run cell phones or computers, so we're going to enhance our computer classes when we finally do open.
Fantastic.
But,
Do the phones too, I'll be there.
okay. Outside of that, that's what we're doing.
Let me ask you this. How long will it take to redo the senior center before it could open?
About a week, because we have a lot, before we reopened and closed and reopened, we had spackled and a whole bunch of things that need to be painted, sanded and painted yet. The carpets need to be done, but I have a machine that does that now. I got that through COVID funds. I got a big professional walk behind carpet cleaning extractor, so we can do that. And then move all the tables in and out and what have you. That's about it. It'll take about a week.
Are we still in red?
Hmm?
Are we still in red?
We're still in red.
Yeah.
And in fact, 2 weeks ago, when we were at 110, I thought, hey, we're gonna finally get down to yellow, or orange, I mean. But then it went to 146, and now it's up to 171. It's going the wrong way.
We're giving all the shots and still we're going up higher.
But, yeah, right now, who knows, but, I mean, Mahoney County, I think, vast majority of people must have been vaccinated by now. The number of people have gone through
We've
here.
still got a lot of
All the
cases.
other sites have been done.
We still, out of the three big areas, we
Yeah.
still.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
But you know what fascinated me too? The nursing homes have gone up again. How did they go up again? I mean, it obviously didn't have
They
to
could
go
still
back
have
to something.
visitation,
I don't know.
but most of those people were vaccinated.
Yes,
I
that's
just-
what
I
I
think
thought.
that's considered that
St.
way to get
Eve's,
them done.
actually, they don't have that many COVID patients inside. I just talked to a doctor yesterday at church, and he's like, there's very little people inside, so these people are just getting tested with, minimal, symptoms. So, which is, I guess, good in a way.
Yeah.
But, they're not on events or, the other. So.
Anything else?
Super, thank you.
Thank you very much. All right, now,
I have my monthly reports, like usual, was able to get permanent appropriations in, so we are running full force. I think we're done getting tax advances now, I'm waiting on the settlement, so that'll be done for the first half. Doesn't look to be too bad, but let's see what the settlement brings.
Okay.
When we make any.
This is where we hold our breath. See what our checks look like.
So far, so good, though. I was talking with Mike, we went over the budget a little bit, and it seems like we were on the same page.
All right, motion to accept March report submitted to the board for review of fund status, revenue status, and appropriation status.
So moved. And seconded?
Mr. Kent?
Yes.
Mr. Crandall?
Yes.
Mr. Davis?
Yes.
Have no new business. At this time of the meeting, we ask for public response. If anybody would like to go on camera or off camera, you guys can step up to the podium. Tell us what you want. Anybody want to go on camera?
Yeah.
I would go off camera.
Okay, very good. Why don't you let him go on and then we'll shut it off and you can jump in.
Sam Swalber, 4492 Ball Road. First of all, I'd like to thank trustees and the head of the department for supporting me in my hip surgery and also the death of my younger brother. I really appreciate it. As I talked to Mr. Carano, we talked earlier, we, through the efforts of the trustees, and we're not gonna have a Memorial Day parade as we used to have. Last year we did it with our commander, we did it at the Veterans Park in Woodcliff area, across from the fire station, so that's what we will be having it there. So it will be on Memorial Day, 10 o'clock. So we'll be getting the information out and inviting the people that are able to attend. And we'll do our best to get them 6 feet apart and do our job on that level, but I'd really like to thank everybody and, for all your support. Not only for me and my family, but for our veterans. Thank you.
Last year was a great turnout too. I mean, everybody seemed like they did a great job as far as keeping distance and everything like that.
Great ceremony, it really was. I'm sorry we don't have the parade, I can't wait till we can go back to it, but I thank the American Legion for sponsoring those and the way the program is. That will be Monday, May 30th, right? I believe that's Memorial Day.
Thank you.
Dave Ewing, Commander, American Legion 301. Just want to give an update on the banner program. Right now, I have received 37 banners. I've got 3 more that are in design right now. I have 5 that are in production, and I'm still waiting on approval for 7 of them. So I've got 52 banners completed so far.
Awesome.
Also, we was going to put them up on Idaho on the parade route, but since we're not doing a parade this year, I want to talk to you guys about just doing South Raccoon.
How about, why don't you do the Wycliffe Circle
Well, we can do that area too.
first? I mean, since we're at least
Oh,
having
we
the
can do
memorial
that,
there,
yeah.
at least we can show it off and people
We can do that, yeah.
at least start it there and then.
Yeah, we can, yeah.
But, you got a good point about Raccoon, though, that's a very busy place, because
Right.
of school things and so on.
Yeah, but as soon as I get some more, we're gonna get them going May 1st, we're gonna try and get them, start hanging, so. Just wanted to keep you guys updated.
I love the letters that we keep getting, who owns the polls? It's unbelievable. I did not know that 18, different people own those polls.
I didn't either.
Good job.
It? Eric? All right. Remarks from the board. Trustee Carano?
Okay, please bear with me. First, I want to talk about something. I would like the people in Austintown that are having the same problem that I am having right now to give me their names and give me a call about it, because I'm talking to the postal area and I'm talking to the federal government. Since the election, before the election, and they shut down all those postal services, including our Youngstown. Our mail goes to Cleveland. Then they have to go to it in Cleveland and ship it out. I am not the only one. It started with about 15 people who called me, but it started with me now. Our checks that I mail out on the 1st of the month to pay my bills have to be to my companies by the 10th day. Now, in the old days, it took 3 days. Right now, it's taking 15. In the last week, I had to call 4 of my debtors to tell them that I mailed a check on the 1st, but I'm looking at my thing and they haven't cashed it yet, so that they don't add on to my bill. And it is now a problem, and I guess Ohio has a problem, nothing like New York. But it's time to reopen those places and start doing this. And what I'd like to do is start doing that for the people in Austintown, but even for the people in the state of Ohio. I've contacted the governor and I've asked a few of our senators and House members to do something about it at the legislature. But I'd like to have anybody that has an example of it to please tell me, and I'll be happy to talk to you about it. And are you having that problem?
I've got mail 30 days late for an appointment that I was supposed to have 30 days ago.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Wow.
And that was through the VA that my appointment was, and they hold that against me because I don't show up.
Show up, right. Yes.
Just to let you know, that problem was already around. I work for the post office. I work downtown. They changed that. They started shipping everything to Cleveland back in 2010.
Yes, but they didn't shut Cleveland's station, they shut four the big big.
Yeah, here's what I wanted to explain. They said it was more economical for them to ship our mail, because we processed all the mail here for around this area. They said it was more cost to send it to Cleveland and then send it back to us, okay? Cleveland couldn't handle it back then when I was working, so they would send it to Akron. Then Akron would process some of it and send it back to Cleveland, then Cleveland. Then after I retired, they changed everything again, but my friends told me they would get a truck in at around 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and that would be the stuff that didn't make it on that truck coming earlier.
And I thank you for that explanation, because whatever the explanation is, it should be corrected. I mean, this is insane. It's absolutely insane that we have to wait 20 days for mail and things like that happening with us. You know, I guess everyone thinks because we go on the internet, we don't have to worry about it anymore, and that's not the case. So, thank you. And then the idea of this money thing is the other thing that's happening. But we've had some wonderful things. I saw it in the mail, senior citizens on May 5th, Austintown schools always have this great dinner. They can't have it in the school now, so they're going to, if you sign up and reserve the thing for a couple of dollars, you get this great meal. It'll be a drive-through through Fitch High School, and it's just absolutely phenomenal. And the other things that are going on, it is so fantastic. I hope you all saw that in the paper about this Fitch Choir. Thinking about it, it's 49 years they've been doing this. I remember when they started, Milt Coker was the head of the history department, and he was a military veteran. And he started this. Please, somebody help me. Who was the director of the thing at that time?
There's a choir.
Yeah. Oh, I remember her.
What's her name?
Oh my goodness, I'm having a senior moment here. But she was the one who started it. Our choir would go to all of the military hospitals and entertain them. Well, this year, because of the virus, they could not. So Ken Jacobek, who is a Hall of Fame member in the Veterans Organization, and Representative Ryan, got them to go over to where Ken Jacobek used to be when he was in the military, and that was the helicopter for the president. And they entertained 400 people, 400 veterans and or service people there. It's just phenomenal to hear about that all the time. The other thing is, wow, the sports at Fitch High School are so fantastic lately. I don't know if any of you were there, but Fitch this last week cooperated with Canfield to have a baseball tournament. I mean, Elyria, Howland, the people from all over came over. When it came down to the last two schools that were the victors in all of this, it was Canfield and Fitch. So they decided to have the game at Fitch. Now, if you haven't seen Fitch baseball field, it is just absolutely phenomenal. And everyone couldn't wait because both teams were undefeated. Well, it started raining, and I mean it was really raining. But they said they have to do it because I have never seen that many people at a baseball game in all the rain, both Fitch people and Canfield people. They got through it. Canfield scored a little bit first. All of a sudden here, we're in the third inning, and Fitch has the bases loaded, 1 out, and they're really going, the umpire stopped the game. They had to stop the game because the water was so much in there that it was, you could actually see it on the field because that's an artificial turf. I can't wait for the next week because Canfield and Fitch will be playing each other, once at Canfield and one at Fitch, and good luck to those boys. But the track team is doing well, everyone's softball doing well. That's the other thing is if you've never seen, if you haven't been there, you have to see that new softball field that they have. Isn't that gorgeous? It is really good. So that's it. Thank you.
I believe the teacher you were thinking of was Miss Williams.
No,
Was she out there?
It was the one before with Kay, her name was Kay, but it was Kay.
No, this
Yeah, it was
was
Kay Wynn.
before her.
Yeah,
This was-
before her.
Her father was big.
But that's what I was thinking of.
No,
Were we born?
this is terrible, because I could see her face, and I talked with her for years. We had a battle one time over the music, because I was directing the plays, and she was practicing, and we were going crazy. George, I'll take it, I'm gonna find out.
Ken, just to touch base on one of the things, issues with mail. One of the things that people may not realize that you have the availability to do, you can do it via the computer or your phone as well. It's called informed delivery. Because I was having issues with receiving mail, as not opposed to them getting there, but I would, hey, I still haven't received this bill in the mail. So it's called informed delivery. Every time your mail piece is scanned at a post office, they take a picture of it. And you can actually see what mail has been scanned with your name to your address. And so you're able to see that then on the computer and see, and if you don't receive that piece of mail, you can check mark it and say, I have not received this piece of mail, and they'll create an investigation into where your piece of mail is.
My wife started that a long time ago, and every time I go get the mail, she says, is this there, because it was supposed to be here. I had, my pills that I take come from another company. It said that I was going to get it on last Wednesday. I got it today. That's,
So
it's good, to, because you can catch that.
It is, so you can at least see what mail you should be receiving, and if for some reason you don't get it, you're able once again to check mark it and send it to the post office for an investigation as to where that piece of mail is. I just wanted to congratulate the Austintown Fish softball program. I wasn't able to attend the event, but saw their grand opening of their field. Everything just looked phenomenal, beautiful, as Ken said. Everything over there was great. They really put on a nice legacy event. We invited everybody back, the former students and players from the team. So congratulations to Coach Ward and everybody over at Austintown Fitch, because they've really put on a nice program there. And yeah, a little bit of controversy in that baseball game, Ken.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I mean, the Falcon fans were not happy. Maybe we should, they were asking what they'll do with that, what can be done with that money. Maybe we can build a dome over the stadium so they can play inclement
Well,
weather.
they didn't charge us, but the important thing was, at least they canceled the game at the third inning, so it wasn't the fourth inning that
We played.
is our little loss.
Well, so the big controversy was Canfield's social media page, I guess, declared a victory for Canfield, and all the Fitch fans were they actually listed it on, I guess, on their school's website as, it says, last game win, versus Falcons 3-1. Next game, North Jackson on Thursday, So it was like, so all the Falcon fans were just letting them have it.
Well, let me tell you what's gonna happen. Monday and Tuesday are the games with Canfield and Fitch. Now, please, ladies and gentlemen, I love it dearly, but my daughter graduated from Fitch, but my grandson plays for Canfield. But the thing is, that's why I know it. Monday, the game with Fitch and Canfield is at Canfield.
So today?
Tuesday, no, next, and Tuesday, it's at Fitch. Oh, I can't wait to see that.
I would just caution the Canfield Athletic Department to be very cautious as what they do, because they did sign up to play us in football. And, TJ Parker's foot might be on the gas pedal. So
That'll be the 7th game this year.
that, you know what, that may be,
Canfield.
listen, and everybody knows how I am with Fitch versus Board meeting. The excitement of the Canfield Fitch game might trump that, just because it's been a long time. And they're the neighbors to the south, and we've always had a great relationship with them.
I thought it was
I'm looking forward to it.
Excuse me, Rosemary Casher. She worked with Milton Coker to start this 49 years ago. God bless her, because she led them all the first time. That was the thing. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
And I just want to quickly thank Trustee Carano for not burning down the township while Steve and I were out of town this past week.
He was completely in charge.
Steve went on vacation to visit family. I went on vacation with some friends to have a good time during spring break while my daughter was out of town. Mike was in Columbus, Chief Frost, the fire department. Thank goodness he didn't burn the township down because the fire chief was on vacation. So, you know, Chief Cavalier, you know,
Just kept
zoning
it in check.
inspector, our park supervisor, and Trustee Carano. And Chief Cavalier, thank you for keeping him from changing the name of the town to Carano.
Right, exactly.
I got one phone call. That has to be the quietest week I ever saw in my life.
It was, yeah.
Everybody was out enjoying the weather, from what I hear. It was
It was,
nice.
yeah.
It was nice up here.
And, you know, and speaking of that, I did receive one phone call earlier in the week before I left for vacation. One thing we want to caution people, I talked with Chief Cavalier, we do have our speed trailers and things of that sort, but the weather's turning, the kids are getting out on their bikes, kids are on their rollerblades. Please, let's make it through this spring and summer. Let's please have a safe, nice, beautiful weather. Let's not have any accidents that just turns the summer into a bad note. So let's, everybody obey the speed limits. Any issues you may have, contact us. As I said, Chief Cavalier, we have our speed trailers and speed monitoring devices that we can put out to help us curb some of those issues and know where to put our officers. So if you think you have a problem in your neighborhood, by all means, you can contact the dispatch center and they'll get the information to the right people over at the police department. That's all I got.
Awesome. I guess got to piggyback on Trustee Carano about the schools with the 65 and older drive-through, May 5th, 2000, or for $2, right?
$2.
And that will be from 4:30 to 5:30 for pickup, right?
Beautiful, yes.
One, like, safety note, Dennis O'Hara from Mahoney County Engineer, alert system, they came out with a smart 911 alert system you can download on your phones. This is for all the severe weather that we get. It'll automatically beeps you, and that will be on your Apple phones. And that's all I have as well. And as far as the girls softball, I was there, and it's an amazing facility. The boosters did a fabulous job putting those dugouts in, and you can watch them on Facebook Live. They have a what do you call those new cameras?
The GoPro.
The GoPros, they put it on so you actually can sit back and watch it from your house if you want to. But
Mr. Chairman, I don't want to miss it, but my neighbor handed this to me when I came here, and I said I'll mention it. It's the wagering sores at Austintown.
I saw that.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
1.7, the 7 racing places in Ohio took in $1.3 billion since February. Here in Austintown, they took in $153.2 million. That really jumped like crazy. Apparently, people found out that they could go out now.
yeah, they used some of the Biden money of our surplus, right?
I'll bet you that. I guess they wanted to
Stimulus money, stimulate the economy, stimulate the horses, feed the horses.
The horses. That's great.
Right.
They're eating the good grain.
Motion to recess to executive session.
Hey, Steve, A's good enough, just A.
Okay,
Okay?
yes. To consider the appointment, employment, discipline, or comprehension to public employees.
So moved.
And seconded?
Mr. Cram?
Yeah.
Mr. Davis?
Yes.
Mr. Kent?
Yes. Thanks, guys.
In association with Austintown Local Schools and Austintown Township.